There are 4 factors that will determine your university fees when you study abroad. According to savethestudent.org, most university fees for the majority of undergraduate level fall somewhere between £12,000 to £20,000 per year. And in the case of postgraduate fees, it starts from little as £5,000, rising as much as to £57,000 per year. But this is going up each year with inflation. So for example, if you're planning to join a program, the fees may be £13,500 for the September intake. But the same cost for the next intake would be £13,900. If you're confused about the currency conversion, I have attached a link in the description to an online currency converter where you can play with it and understand the difference later on. This table from the Times Higher Education shows us the difference in the fees for classroom-based against laboratory-based and the MBAs. A classroom-based master's such as an MA will generally be cheaper than a laboratory-based course such as some MSc degrees, which involves more exposure to expensive equipment and facilities. On the other hand, it is clinical courses in a medical or similar subjects will be more expensive, still the same as of an MBA. And for the PhD programs, I just could not give you a range because it just completely varies on several factors. It may be free or maybe partially funded, or maybe you need to pay for the whole. But to conclude, the level of study plays a good role in deciding how much fees you're gonna pay. International students generally pay around twice as much as the domestic students. International students are expected to pay between £10,000 to £20,000 annually for the lecture-based undergraduate degrees. An undergraduate medical degree can even cost more, up to £58,000 per year. This is a screenshot of the fee structure for the UCL, the University College of London, which is ranked in the top 10 by QS World University Rankings 2021. If you look at the postgraduate level and if you compare one course with other, for example, if you take MSc in Computer Science and compare it to MA in History, the UK and the home students pay about 13 grand per year, and international students pay about 28 grand for the Computer Science degree, which is almost more than double of what UK students paid for the Computer Science MSc degree. At the same time, if you look at the MA in History, the home students or the UK students and EU students pay about 11 grand per year. At the same time, international students pay 23 grand, which is still coming as double of what the UK and EU students are paying. But the point is, if you compare the MA in History international student fees to MSc in Computer Science international student fees, it's almost a difference of 6 grand per year. So to conclude, the courses you choose will definitely have a greater impact on your fees, as you just saw earlier. Well, if you're studying MBA in top 5 universities in the UK as an international student, it may cost you around £58,000 per year. And it is obvious due to the fact of long-lasting history of world-famous people graduating with extensive researches and contribution they deliver to the world's economy. These courses are accredited at the highest standards by the various authorities, which is leading to these higher fees. But at the end of the day, if you're graduating with an MBA from a top 10 university in the UK, you will be possibly looking at a 6-digit salary. For example, if you're looking to fee salary scale for an MBA graduate from a top university in the UK, if you're graduating with an MBA from London Business School, you would be probably looking around $105,000 per year. And if you look at the University of Cambridge, you would be probably looking at around $124,000 on average per year. So it's definitely worth it if you have a plan and you're talented and hardworking. Also, there are cheaper options available that comes around 10 grand to 20 grand for international student fees, but it is obvious that they would probably be ranked in the 30s or 40s or higher and will lack various accreditation compared to those of prestigious degrees offered by the top universities. But this will really help international students to afford and to get the experience. So again, at the end of the day, even if it's a low ranked university, getting a degree from the UK is still highly valuable around the world. So if you're smart and hardworking, you can make the best out of it. Finally, I just want to add this in. If you're not sure which country you're planning to go, the fees will also hugely depend on the country you go as well. If you're planning to go to the US or some other countries, undergraduate typically takes 4 years to complete, but in the UK it's 3 years, so you're paying 1 year less fees. It's the same with the masters and the MBA programs. In the UK, masters may be 1.5 years and MBA are 1 year, but in the USA both are 2 years, so you will be paying for 2 years. Also, it is possible in the UK you can get 2 years of masters or MBA and 4 years of undergraduate, as in you can do an optional placement or internship so as to get the degree certificate for 4 years and 2 years respectively for it to be valued worldwide. Also, there are many European countries that provide free or very low fees for international students to study, and that's a completely different topic, and I'll maybe cover them later in the future. So coming to the end of this video, there's no actual way to say this is the exact fees that is required for you to study in the UK, but now you know how the fees for international student varies and probably got an idea on how to find the best option for you and what fees can you expect for it. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and like, and for now, thank you, and I will see you next video.